Hello students, today we'll start our first chapter. It is not the first chapter in your book, it is the unit 3 biology and human welfare, and the chapter is chapter 8 human health and diseases. I selected this chapter because it is comparatively easier and it will be easier for me to teach you during this lockdown period because there is no direct contact with you nowadays. Along with this video I will also give you the pictures of the chapters in the book. Okay, so over here first we have to learn what is a disease. Okay, disease is nothing but it is a functional change from the normal state of your body, okay, which causes discomfort or disability in your body. It is the malfunctioning of any part of your body which may show some symptoms or it might not show some symptoms, but disease is something which is not normal. It is movement, or it is a shift from the normal condition of your body. Okay, disease can be caused by many agents. They can be biological agents, they can be mechanical agents, they can be nutrient agents like any food components. The less amount of food components in your body can cause specific diseases. So there are many types of diseases, and these many types of diseases also has different agents or to cause them. Okay, but over here we will mainly concentrate on the pathogens or the different types of microorganisms like viruses, bacteria, and all of these things which actually cause disease. Okay, so diseases are of two types. One is congenital and one is acquired. What is congenital? Congenital diseases are those diseases which are caused by genetic disorders. That means they are due to the abnormal structure or abnormal number of chromosomes in your body, and they are present right from the birth. But acquired diseases you acquire after birth. That is, you do not have it right straight from the birth, but we can acquire it at any point of our life. Okay, now acquired diseases are of two types. One is infectious and one is non-infectious. You already know it. Infectious diseases are communicable diseases which can communicate from one to another, and non-infectious diseases are non-communicable diseases which cannot communicate from one person to another. Okay, so examples also you will read obviously along with this. So what you have to study over here is modes of transmission of diseases. How the diseases which are actually transmitted from one person to another, how they are transmitted, what is the mode of their transmission. There can be two modes of transmission. One is direct, one is indirect. Direct means what? By direct contact, by droplet infection, by contact with soil, through animal bite. So let me just elaborate a little bit. By direct contact with the infected person means if you directly come in contact with the infected person. That happens in cases in diseases like chicken pox, smallpox, measles, ringworm, and all of these things which spread by physical contact. When you touch or when you come in contact with a particular infected person, this happens. Okay, droplet infection means the particular disease germs are spread by droplets or spread by infected droplets, to be precise. Okay, germs are present in the tiny droplets, and when you cough or when you sneeze and these droplets come out from the infected person's body, that causes the infection. This happens in diseases like influenza, diphtheria, common cold, and also the pandemic that is now occurring all through the world. Okay, contact with soil. Through soil also many types of diseases transmit, and one of them example is tetanus. Animal bites, like rabies are transmitted by the bites of infected rabbit dogs. And also transplacental transmission. That means some bacteria or some viruses can also transmit through maternal blood to the fetus. Means if the mother is having the particular bacteria or virus in her body, even though she may be not showing symptoms, it may be generated or it may be passed on to the fetus. Okay, now what are indirect transmissions? Indirect transmission means even if the infected person does not come in contact with anybody, it can be transmitted by some messengers. What are those messengers? The first messenger is vectors. You know, there are many vectors which transmit different types of diseases. They like housefly or mosquito and all of these vectors, or it can be mice, rats. So these are all different types of vectors, means different types of animals, or different types of animals only we can say, which actually transmit the disease causing organisms to other persons. They are not themselves infected, but they pass on the disease causing germs to healthy persons and infect them. Okay, their indirect transmission can be also vehicle borne, airborne, formit borne, and due to unclean hands. Okay, that means vehicle borne means they can pass through agents like food and water, like jaundice or typhoid or hepatitis. If you have unclean or unhygienic water or food in unhygienic places, then they can, from there germs can enter your body, which is indirect transmission. Airborne means in some air, if in the wind, if some virus or germs are there, and the dust or any sprays, that can enter your body. Formit borne means if you use any contaminated articles or any toys, utensils, towels, or in public places you use any in the trains and all, which they give those things, if you use, that can pass on the infection. And obviously your hygiene, how many times you are washing your hand, how many times you are keeping yourselves clean, and all these things. So we have learnt about the two types of transmissions which occur, which by which diseases are transmitted. One is direct and one is indirect. Okay, so after this you have pathogenicity or virulence. Okay, what is pathogenicity? Pathogenicity means the actually it is the way, or it is the power of a pathogen to cause the disease. It is the capability of a pathogen to cause the disease is called the pathogenicity of the disease. Okay, now after this you have to study about certain infectious and non-infectious diseases. Okay, in the first this video I will only go through the infectious diseases, and in the next video we'll go through the non-infectious diseases. In the infectious diseases you have to learn about viral diseases, bacterial diseases, then also I think you have protozoan diseases and helminthic diseases. Okay, I am not going through the details. There are under one type of, like under viral diseases, there is common cold, there is dengue, there is chikungunya. You go through all of these diseases. You have to go through the name of the pathogen, obviously the like which is causing the name of the pathogen which is causing the disease. Like for common cold, rhinovirus is causing the common cold or the flu that we have. For dengue, it is passed on, the vector is Aedes mosquito, but what is the name of the virus? The name of the virus is flavivirus. So like that you have to learn the name of the particular pathogen. You have to learn about the incubation period. What is the incubation period? Incubation period is the period from which means day one will be when the pathogen enters a human's body, and till when the pathogens or when the human starts to show its symptoms of that particular disease is called the incubation period. It is the time taken by the particular pathogen to what to say in Bengal, I can say kobja, or it is the time taken by the pathogen to fully take control of your body and start to spread the disease in your body. That is the incubation period. So you have to learn about the incubation period, the symptoms, and obviously the treatment. For each disease the treatment will be different. There will be different types of treatment, like some there will be vaccines, some there will be medicines. So you go through the treatments also. So viral diseases are there, bacterial diseases are there, protozoan diseases are there, and also helminthic diseases are there. Okay, so I will give, and also fungal diseases. Okay, also fungal diseases are there. After that you have the non-infectious diseases, which we will study in our next video. Along this video I will also give you the pictures of these pages of this chapter. chapter. Just go through and whatever questions you have, jot it down in one page and then send the picture in your WhatsApp group. Please do not send the questions differently. Do it together in one piece of paper. Okay, thank you. Stay safe. Goodbye.